Gary, a difficult night at the office. Is that the best way to describe it?
Yeah, I think so. I think a difficult evening. I thought we started really well. First 15-20 minutes, I thought we executed exactly what we wanted to do. I thought we got into some really good positions wide. We looked like we had really good control about us. And then, to be fair to Burton, they then respond with a spell of their own, and that's when you got to stand firm. And then from there on, really, I just felt as though they dominated more second balls than us, and then they looked a little more competitive as a team than us. And they do that really well at home. They drive forward in numbers. You look at the two wing backs have probably, the two wing backs have outran both our full backs and wingers on the whole evening, and that takes some doing. So I think the biggest thing for me tonight is I was just disappointed with our quality. We didn't show anywhere near enough quality, not least in the attacking third, but also to give the attacking players some good ball and good possession in the final third. We didn't do that well enough, and you can argue whether that's down to Burton's pressing and defending. You've got to give them credit. Whenever we had the ball, they didn't give us a second of time on the ball, but when we did have possession, we certainly didn't pass it well enough to get into good enough positions, and that's a disappointment for me. If you try to outwork Burton, that's going to be very difficult to do because they're a really honest team. So you have to compete and then play when you need to. Two big moments in the game I felt, and again, Burton thoroughly deserved it, but the offside for the second goal, I think we've seen it again, it was definitely offside. And the linesman, you expect the linesman and the referee between them to get that right. And it was a really big call. Got it wrong, and that 2-goal cushion then gives them a little bit of a lift. And then Morrow had a fantastic opportunity from a corner where he really should score to make it 2-1 again, which gives us an opportunity to get back into the game. But I couldn't say we did. The first 20 minutes, really pleased. The rest of the game, very disappointing. Just no fluidity really, and I think we got outworked a little bit. So I've got no complaints, but I'm disappointed.
Second goal for Burton was difficult to take because we had the momentum. I think we were pushing forward in a decent second half performance.
Yeah, and that with the bench we've got, then we've got real good opportunities to change it and hopefully not have to chase the game. But one goal, I still felt there was a lot of the game left. I didn't think there was an awful lot in it first half when you looked at our opening period. But so to be a goal down, we have to take on the chin. But to be 2 goals down, I think was tough. I don't think Ward should get in between our centre halves anyway, so I'm critical of those two for that. But having seen it offside, it was quite tight, so it wasn't an easy decision. But again, it's difficult when it goes that way, and the opposition almost get given a goal really. So, like I said, disappointed with those 2 moments, and I thought those 2 moments were crucial. But I think Burton deserved to beat us tonight.
It's difficult to look too far ahead, but the second City derby next week, is that the perfect game to put things right?
Well, I'll let you know afterwards. It's going to be a difficult game, but it's certainly one where we can go and show the type of hunger I think that Burton have showed at home, and we have done. I can't be too critical. I just said to the players, listen, I could lambast you all for certain things. I felt we switched off for their first goal, which was frustrating. But I don't think I think we've worked hard enough, but just not worked smartly, and certainly not played with enough quality, like I've said. So, the next 2 games are going to be big games for us. But certainly the next game, we need to bounce back, and what better way to try and do it in a local derby.